And now I'm at home, and I have my virtual desktop on my iPad right on my home office desk, and it's sitting right next to my iMac. And this is okay, this is good, because I can open up a browser here and I can authenticate in and pull that virtual desktop right off the iPad and bring it onto the iMac. So you'll see everything that I was working on here will stay fully intact. It takes it off the iPad, moves it right into the iMac. And when it's over here, it's got a big screen real estate, so I can even be more productive in here. And I can grab it and move it off to the right-hand side, because on a Mac they have a thing called spaces in here, virtual windows that you can use sort of simultaneously. If I grab it and move it to the right-hand side, here we are in a new Windows space. I'm going to go View and go into full screen, and so my virtual Windows 7 workspace, email, full screen. All you have to do is say Control left arrow and it brings you back into the world of Mac. Now in Mac, I'm editing movies. So you can see I got a little vacation movie here to Hawaii with the locals going crazy on the waves. But for now, Control right arrow, popped straight into the Windows 7 virtual desktop from work. Keep working, very productive all the time. All right, let's preheat this thing to 975. That should be about right. All right, now that we have that oven warming up, we're going to make a little lunch here. Get hungry working upstairs in that home office. So it's pretty nice because while I'm here in the kitchen, I also have an HP Touch Smart computer right next to me here. And of course, family photos rotating on that all the time, which is nice. You can access recipes in the kitchen, you know, how to make a pizza and such, run videos and everything else you need. It's sort of at the center of the family in the home. But you know what you can also do? You can connect into that virtual desktop right here as well. And you can run multi-touch right on this machine. So if I open up a photo, I can actually do multi-touch, zoom in and zoom out, and that's pretty amazing. But when I connect into my virtual desktop, I can do much the same. So here I just connect, authenticate to the virtual desktop. The same desktop we were working on upstairs, just as we left it with our email open, bring it down here, and I can certainly do email while I'm here, as long as my hands are pretty clean. I can also open up photographs on my work desktop here. If I pop one open here, much the same. Virtual multi-touch machine connected into the virtual desktop. So the interface here is connected in and works quite well from far, far away. But what if I was really far away? What if I was on another continent, like 200 millisecond delay away? Well, then things would be interesting and certainly more challenging. But we have something for that, and that's Branch Repeater. So I'm about to show you now how Branch Repeater can make the Zen desktop virtual desktop experience when far away much better. Make it feel like you're right close to your data. So now we've got the accelerator plugin enabled, talking to the Branch Repeater. I'm going to fire off a very same wildlife video and you're going to see a big difference. The wildlife video now is running smooth. The horses are trotting away and all the wildlife is looking real happy. And what's interesting also on the other side, when we look at the bandwidth monitor, we're actually getting the 7 megabits per second that we're paying for into this location. So that's great. No longer limited with the TCP backoffs. And that's because Branch Repeater and the accelerator plugin are working famously. TCP optimization, flow control, compression history, caching, all of that brought to bear on your experience. Far away, but feels like you're close to the data center. And as far as the pizza goes, I think I'm going to order out. And now we're going to get even further away from the office and the home office. One of my favorite places, the golf office, which is a great example of the term work shifting, being connected but being anywhere. And to do this, we're going to take a look at a couple of new mobile devices, one of which is as small as a golf ball. And that's the Nika Sunrise Bluetooth headset by Maverick. In addition to that, I'm going to pull out my iPhone. So with a Bluetooth connection, I can make a phone call. And at the same time, I can put Citrix receiver on here and connect into remote virtual applications over a 3G network. Now the two examples here are going to be medical applications, so I'm the doctor on the golf course. I'm going to go in to confidential patient records here first and take a look at this. I can look at lab results and x-ray information. And from that, you know what I see? I think I see AP and lateral views of the left lumbar vertebrae demonstrate a distal femoral contusion. Ooh, that sounds bad. Now another application I can get into is the information about the hospital itself. So the emergency room, the operating room, I can see the schedules, and from that I can decide how to schedule this patient in for a quick procedure. And based on everything I see, I'm going to recommend reverse appendectomy. That should be about right. Can you schedule that in first thing Monday morning? Thank you. And all of that while I quietly wait my turn on the green. Work shifting at the golf course. Another life saved. So that brings us to the last step of the journey, which is client-side virtualization. So let's look at Zen Client. For that, let's take a look at this laptop right here. Now, vPro architecture inside, format the hard drive and lay down, install Zen Client. You're all set and ready to install virtual machines on top of here, one or many. The personal VM is installed by me. I put the DVD in, install it, use it how I choose. The business VM, provided to me by the IT organization. I take this away into the world and make changes and come back and reconnect, and all those changes are synchronized back into the data center where it's secure and backed up. So that's the last piece in the puzzle. Virtualizing applications and desktops in the data center, all prepared and stored and backed up safely behind the glass. Everything that happens outside the glass is the end users, selecting the devices they choose, installing receiver on it, authenticating and connecting, and get their apps and desktops delivered to them automatically. So FlexCast is the flexible broadcasting of these applications and desktops to the users that choose them on any device, at any time, and anywhere. So that's the wow in Wow to How. And now it's time for you to see how it's going to work for you. So we at Citrix thank you for all your time, and we hope we see you in the EBC sometime soon.